We have a brand new original unit on Grand Summoners JP, which is known as the Sound Princess Marlet. And she seems like a pretty solid character, especially if you're into those crazy women, you know? You're gonna love Marlet, I'm just gonna tell you now. So she's gonna be a light human. As you see with her slots, they're pretty solid with the physicals and the defense, and also a support item if you get her all the way up to LB7. Her skill gives her art gauge based on how high her HP is. She'll get more art gauge. The art is gonna be giving you equipment damage and physical equip CT speeds. True art is reducing light res while also reducing the enemy's evasion rates. The super art buffs up art gauge for the entire team and also buffs up physical damage for the entire team based on how high your own HP percentage is when this true art activates all the way up to a maximum 200%. The main thing about Marlet though is her ability. Her first passive gives her more damage every single time you use a physical equip all the way up to 300% damage up. Really wish this was an AoE buff, like, you know, something on the level of Rin. That would be crazy, but, you know, single target buff just to herself, it is what it is. She also has a true weapon though. Her true weapon, True Vespada, reduce the enemy's physical res, which is a stackable debuff, and also buff up your own arc gauge by 10 if you're a light unit. For the abilities, you're able to increase your own attack and skill CT speeds by 50%, and you also increase your own damage against enemies in break. So Marlet is pretty interesting of a character. I see a lot of people writing this unit off, and I don't really think you should write her off. Yes, she is an attacker, and she's not really offering much. Her art shin is on her super art. It's kind of bad. Like, if it's on the true art, it's not too big of an issue if it's a burst art shin, right? But you mainly want burst art shins on the art, especially considering the fact that her burst art gauge that she's giving on the super art is only 30 and not like 50 or something higher. Because if you look at another character like Saiger Zero that just came out, Saiger Zero actually has her art gauge on the art, and that gives 20 art gauge. So you're telling me for 200 more art gauge, we get 10 more arts? That's it? Really? Another thing to mention is that the true art only reduces light res by 80%, which isn't too bad since it's also reducing evasion rate by 40%, but it's on a very like average scale. Once you get to the higher end light res down, you're looking at like anything above 100%. But yeah, you know, 80% light res down, it is what it is. Still going to be good and still going to be buffing up your damage a ton. And also the physical damage buff, giving everyone 200% damage if you have max health, is insanely good too. I've come up with a few team comp ideas with this unit that could make her like really shine. The first one that I came up with was a Star God Lisa, a Saiger Zero, and a BF Emperor team comp. Now this team comp focuses heavily on just buffing up Marlet's damage as much as possible. The true art on Emperor's able to lower damage res, gives arch gen right. Saiger Zero's able to protect the team with her barriers, but also able to provide the team with a massive damage buff through her true art. And Star God Lisa is here to buff up the equipment CT speeds and light damage for the entire team as well, making this team just a lot of hard hitters, tons of damage buffs, and pretty good sustain. The main issue here is that no one on the team actually heals, which you would have to provide that with like a 4-star heal from Star God Lisa. Another team that I came up with, which consisted of War God Finn, Shiro Emiya, Haruto. This team is extremely well-rounded, right? You're getting crit buffs, equipment CT buffs, physical res down, healing, tons of arch gen, and damage mitigation from a character like Shiro. The main thing that I want to say is that if you are using this character, you definitely want to utilize units that have an equipment CT buff in their kit. Definitely Star God Lisa would be the best. But these are just two team comp ideas I came up with. I'm pretty sure you guys that play JP definitely probably can come up with something that is just wilder than this. But overall, I'm not completely against this unit. I don't think this unit is bad by any means. Like, we've seen some pretty trash releases when it comes to Ascended characters. Like Luana, I think Luana's kind of mediocre, right? And I don't think Marlet kind of fits that bill. I just feel like that since she's an attacker, she's not like this crazy support unit or anything. People are kind of just brushing her to the side and waiting for whatever is going to be happening next. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this field. Tell me down below what you guys think about Marlet. If you have any crazy team comp ideas, any ways that you think this character could get utilized to be extremely good. Of course, she's just a damage dealer, right? She's not going to be doing anything crazy for you, but she does offer some buffs here and there for the team and, you know, some arch gen to help out. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it. Thank you all again for coming out. And last but not least, you guys already know, don't forget to drink water.